Well, planning for your own death, it can save your family additional stress and also thousands of dollars.
But as 41 Action News investigator Jessica McMaster uncovered, you and your family could still end up owing thousands more for things you might not expect.
After years of making payments, we spoke to a man who says his burial plan was finally paid in full in August, or at least he thought it was.
I told him right up front when I bought it, I want to pay for everything so my kids don't have to pay for anything.
For the past 12 years, Bob Locklear has made payments to Park Lawn Funeral Homes so that when he dies, his family doesn't owe a thing. But 2 months after paying off his plan, he got a knock at the door and was handed a bill.
I didn't think that I'd pay for 12 years, and then they'd come out and say, oh, well, now we've got some more for you to pay. No, that was a complete shock to me.
Sticker shock, that is.
He went on to tell me it was going to cost me about another $3,000 to pay for everything.
Confused and upset, Locklear hasn't paid the remaining balance. Instead, he contacted the 41 Action News investigators. He tells us he's been taken advantage of, that he's a victim of hidden fees. But president of Park Lawn Funeral Homes, Hank DeVry, says that's not the case.
There were several items that are not included in a cemetery and funeral agreement such that he has.
DeVry says the bill is actually a list of suggestions. Things like flowers and gratuity to a minister are all optional costs. But there are some items that are non-negotiable.
That is the interment fee at the cemetery, which was not a part of his agreement.
What's an interment fee?
An interment fee is essentially laying off, digging the grave, setting up a tent and lowering device and chairs.
What does something like that cost?
$1,595.
But who would think digging a hole and opening and closing a casket isn't included in a burial plan?
DeVry says the reason the internment fee isn't included in Locklear's burial plan is because it's a future service.
But a future service, by law, would have to be funded in some sort of a side arrangement in an account.
While the internment fee isn't hidden, it is tucked away here in the fine print. DeVry says customers need to read their contracts. If you don't know what something is, like an internment fee, ask. Also in the fine print, taxes. They're not included either. So while you paid for a casket because it's not been manufactured yet, the funeral home can't legally collect taxes on it, which is why you need a side fund. Still, Locklear feels blindsided.
I didn't know that there were any additional charges.
Now, the funeral home was able to help reduce Locklear's balance to about $600. This is a funeral's cost and pricing checklist from the FCC. You can print it from our website, and it will help you make sure you have everything covered when shopping around. You're also going to want to make sure that your family is aware of the arrangements you've made. If something were to happen to you before your plan is paid off, they will be left with the remaining balance. I'm investigator Jessica McMaster, 41 Action News.